Hey, you guys. Welcome to the Shella D. Bridgman Show. This is Shella D. Bridgman, and this is my testimony. How are you today, this evening? It's almost 9 o'clock. Getting ready to go to work, or to start getting ready to go to work. I finished moving today. Finally. So I need to go to the place tomorrow. So that's the day before Thanksgiving. So I know they'll be open. Go over there and close out my account with them. And it feels so good. There's nothing like, that's what I'm saying. Hey. Stop. I don't know. Then you know he wasn't making that noise. Hey. Shh. Yeah, so this is what I'm trying to encourage you guys to do. Everybody's life looks different. Everybody's life looks different. Some people are married, some people have children, some people have big families. You're one of many. Trying to get him to stop. So, everybody's life is different, but I'm sharing my journey with you, and I'm just trying to encourage you to do what you can do for yourself. I feel so much better having completed that project, and I'm going to feel so much better tomorrow with like actually closing it out. I'm going to feel so much better. Look, and the people are double booking the money. See, this is what I mean. The people are double booking the money. I just moved out of one unit yesterday, so I was there not even 2 weeks, and they've already moved somebody in. So they got money on the same unit. But yeah, I'm glad to have gotten that stuff out. Today was really easy. One trip I put the frame in and the headboard, what I call a headboard. And then the next trip I put the mattress in, and it went in really easy and not a problem. My storage room, the new storage room is like the perfect size. It's not like really big where it's like a bunch of empty space. I was able to just slip the little mattress right in there without forcing anything or moving anything. And I've been in kind of a hurry, so I do need to organize stuff. I don't really know where stuff is at, but I feel good. There's nothing like, I know that when you're shopping, sometimes it feels good to get a deal, but not just a deal. I feel good that I feel like I've been treated fairly. The fact that guy didn't charge me the $20 to get into the lock, the fact that I found something that's still within my little neck of the woods, and it's a great price, and it's so clean. I'm telling you, it's unbelievably clean, and the fact that there's an alarm on the door, so you have to enter your code, so that thing where some places where people, what they call tailgate, they just ride in behind you. This place they can't do that because you have to stop and put your code in, so your alarm on your unit doesn't go off, and it's loud. So I feel good. I feel good that I made the right choice. I feel good that I followed the little voice. I feel good that it worked out for me, that I ended up with something better. And it's really, really in my neck of the woods. So I will be finished tomorrow. The storage people will be closed on Thursday, so I'm glad I'll be, just go over there tomorrow and get that done. I did follow up on my little place where we're going to stay for a couple days for the holiday, and just making sure that It's what's good. I looked again, and they're charging $20 for the dog. So it's not as bad as I thought, right? It's not as bad as I thought, but they're the $100 deposit. That's a lot of money. $100 deposit. So, but I checked with a place that's across the street from the library because, just like this place where I'm doing the storage at now, it was right there staring me in the face, but I went every place else. So this place that's right across the street from the library, I said, let me, it's right here. Let me look into this. Because there's one place that's like a little cottage that's right here on the corner. And I'm like, I could take that, right? Put my little car up and stuff. But I parked my car at the library and ran across the street to talk to the people. Because if I'd driven my car in there, I had to do all these U-turns and stuff like that. So I just parked my car at the library and ran across the street to talk to the people. And while I was waiting, this is like just a few minutes ago, while I was waiting, there's like this whole list. I carried like 100 things, a whole list of no pets allowed. And you know how you want to seem polite and go ahead, and because I rang the bell, you want to be polite and not seem polite, but you want to be polite and go ahead and talk to the person. But I was like, no, it says no pets. So I just turned around and walked out. But let me tell you this. And this is the truth. And this is how I know. I heard this sermon. Because, I'm in here talking to the wall. I'm not talking to the wall, but I'm talking to you. And I don't know on any given day who's going to get it, right? So, I got to push myself to do what I know I'm supposed to do, right? But I heard this sermon, and matter of fact, it was Bishop's daughter. And she said, she was kind of saying, like, do what you know you're supposed to do. And what you're doing is really important, right? It may not seem like it, but it's really important. I'm like, okay. Now, when I go back and listen, I'm like, dang, that was good, right? It was good. But I'll tell you, it's an effort. It's an effort to do something and really wonder. Okay, it's an effort. So, but yeah, I notice how I tell you guys, like I'm having whole conversations. I'm telling you guys that I tell nobody else. So here's the thing. I have my place reserved for us for the couple days for the holiday, right? But there's this place right across the street from the library. Now, I've told you that, look, when I say full disclosure, right? See, I could walk around thinking this, but this is what I think I'm supposed to share with you. This gives all of this stuff value. It gives it value. And this is my testimony. So I told you that there are people living in the parking lot at the library. I told you that, right? Okay. So there's the lady with the 2 teenage boys. She's living in the SUV. And there's the lady that's by herself. She's living in a white car. It's a small, like, Honda, like, little SUV, right? I know at least one of those people saw me run over to the little motel across the street. At least the lady with the kids. I know she did. Now the place that I have reserved for us, is down there. Like I said, it's whatever. But I was just feeling like, dang, I didn't want to spend the money. I didn't want to spend the money, right? So I said, like I said, let me check into this little place across the street from the library, right? Because it's one of the places right on the corner. It's not a big place, but one of these little places is like a little house. It's a little cottage. I'm like, dang, that would be cute, right? But then, like I said, when I was waiting, I saw this whole list of things of no cooking in the room, no this, no that, no pets. I'm like, okay, so that's out for me. But I'm telling you, I'm not the type of person to do stuff and put it on Front Street. I'm just not. That's what I'm saying. This is the whole thing that I'm doing this with you. I'm not the type of person to advertise what I do. I'm a very private person. I know that sounds so crazy. I'm a very private person. So the fact that I walked over there to this motel, I know somebody saw me. But this is what I think, because that's how I was led to do it, just like that. To be obvious, I think it might spark something in someone. These people that are living in the parking lot. You know what I mean? They know Thanksgiving is in a couple days. They know that. So to see me go in and talk to the people at the motel, or consider a motel or something, that might spark something in them. Like, this living in the parking lot is not cool, right? Like, we need to do something. Because there are shelters. There's a new shelter that they just built. There's one for women and kids. There's, different parts of it. One for women, one side for men, one part for women and kids. I mean, it's just, I get it, but you gotta, like I said, these people have been out here for years. I've seen them. I come to this library, like I said, because it has, I didn't say library, I said library. Because I can do the Wi-Fi in the car. I don't have to go inside, right? But, yeah, these people have been out here for years, and you can't tell me there's not a better way. You can't tell me, I don't know why they're here, and I'm definitely not judging, but you can't. Sometimes when you're in the middle of something, well, let's say, you can't see the forest for the trees. Sometimes when you have a problem, you can't see your way out of it because you're so busy dealing with the problem. Right? So, yeah, that was on purpose for them to see me go and talk to the people at the motel. That was on purpose because I'm telling you, me and my little guy, we gonna have some plans. We're gonna have some plans for Thanksgiving. We're not gonna be sitting down with no people that probably really don't like us anyway. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna inconvenience ourselves. We're not gonna go out of our way to do anything. We're just gonna be together. And I tell you something, I think he is something else. See, he's calm now. He's calm. He had a little situation, and I think he has, like, anxiety sometimes. I think he's, gets emotional or something. Because he had a little situation. I'm like, dang, dude, what's that about, right? So we had to make do and do a little shifting around. But see, he's calm and quiet now. He's okay. But all he wants is to be with me. That is his answer for everything. That's his answer for everything. So we're finally finished moving, and I'm glad of that. But yeah, it's like, I'm telling you, I don't know where you're at. Somebody's in the Philippines, somebody's in India. There's some people in the U.S. But please, 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 please look out. In the U.S., there's an epidemic with homelessness. In the U.S., I don't know about every place else, but in the U.S. it is, and it has to look the same every place. Look in the parking lots. Just look. Just look, whether it be when the store is closed. Just look for it. Look for it. Try to see it. This is a library parking lot. It's a library parking lot, and I'm telling you, there's one lady that is by herself, living in a car, and I'm telling you, on Thanksgiving, there gonna be people still in the parking lot. Excuse me, on Thanksgiving. And like I said, I don't really go out of my way to celebrate it anymore, but you don't want to be in a parking lot on Thanksgiving. That's not what you want to do. It doesn't feed your hope. It doesn't feed your hope. It's like if you feel bad any other day for your situation, if you in a parking lot on Thanksgiving, you really gonna feel bad. You really gonna feel bad. So yeah. hmm But yeah, I am moving stuff around, juggling and everything, and I finally get this stuff done. I'm so glad. I am so glad. And the storage room is so clean. It's the one where I told you the man told me I needed counseling. I did this trick that this man I was on a construction site and I was the sweeper, right? I swept everything all day long. So it's this huge place and I had to sweep the whole thing, right? So this man that I was working with, his name was Marty. He had been in the business for like 40 years. And he was the foreman, and he said when he was a kid, his father used to take him, to the site with him and stuff like that. I remember him telling me like how he grew up. He said they didn't have a lot of money. He said he lived in a neighborhood, and I think he said they had like roll up windows, or it was something that he said like they had. I don't know. In some way, he said it like they lived in a decent neighborhood, but they were like the poor people in the decent neighborhood. You know what I mean? So, but he talked about just how the business has changed and how people got into the business because they, just like how he did when he was a kid, his father, showed him stuff. But I told this guy, the storage room that we were at, or storage facility, where the guy said I needed the counseling. So we're in there, and I told you, I said, "Is this clean?" Like, to you? And he said, "Yeah." And so I did my foot like almost like how you're kicking something, but you're like kicking the ground, right? And you can feel if there's dirt on the ground, right? And I told him, I said, "Did you see what I just did?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "You can feel the dirt, right?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "This man taught me this." I said, he was in business for like 40 years. I said, he taught me that trick. So it's like, one, nothing is ever wasted. I'm trying to rent a space and I'm looking at it and it doesn't look clean. But when I kick my foot on the ground, I can feel that it's not clean. Okay. One, nothing's ever wasted. And two, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be in this other place. You know what I mean? It's like you can feel when you made a good choice, when you have peace. I heard someone talking about there's nothing like listening to men talk, right? You get to hear what they really think. And they were talking about being in a relationship, and these are men of a particular age, and how they're still not married, right? Because it's hard to just get married, because you're giving up a lot when you're a certain age. You're giving up all your freedom, and especially when you have some financial means too. You don't know if the person wants you or what you have, right? So they were sitting up talking and stuff, and so they're talking about, does the woman have to have this? Does she have to have that? And all this other kind of stuff. But the one thing they did agree on was that she needs to give you peace. She needs to give you peace. So she may not have to have X, Y, or Z, but she needs to bring you peace. If you out in the world and you doing whatever you can to make the money, when you come home, you need to come home to peace. Not what they say, the drama queen. So that's what I'm saying. I have peace. It's a storage room with all my stuff. I just acquired, well, I didn't just, because I had the other units before, but it's something I got to spend money on, but I have peace about it. I have peace about it, and there's nothing that beats that. There's nothing that beats it. Um, I have peace about spending my hard-earned money on something for me and my little guy for Thanksgiving. I have peace about that. And I think after, talking to the people across the street over here from the library, I have more peace about the place that I selected because everything the lady showed me, she showed me the room and everything. It is, I'm not sneaking him in. And when I look at the receipt again, it's only $20. It's $20. Child, that's a little bit of money for an animal because, they could do some damage. They could do some real damage, and the deposit is money that you're going to get back. And I'm telling you, he's going to be under my watchful eye. And the fact that they have like, these floors, there's no carpet. So, because I don't play that. I don't play the carpet thing. Everything lives in the carpet. So we can go in and have some peace. And she even said that if it's like a certain, like one side is for the pets, right? And she said if it's full, then we can move you over here. And she even said, I know you want to be downstairs. So I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. And it's just, look, listen, you guys, listen, right? I went to the thrift store this morning. I made a beeline to the thrift store because when I was in there the other day, I saw a turquoise necklace and it was $80. And I believe it was real, so that means it was worth all kind of money, and I didn't get it. But I wasn't supposed to. So I wouldn't made a beeline today to go get it, and it wasn't there. And I'm like, oh, that's good. Because I didn't need it. But I bought me a few little things that I did need, and I'm okay with that. It's stuff that I really did need. I bought a pretty multicolored water bottle. I didn't really need it, but it was pretty. It's like $2 and something. I bought me some little, I had these big pockets on my work pants, and I put all kind of stuff in them. And I constantly buy these little, almost like travel size containers of like this hand cream, because my hands are I'm serious about my hands, right? Being in good condition. And so they had these little, I guess it's from like a hotel or something, or some kind of spa, and that's what is like a whole bin full of those, like little, the trial size or whatever, like you get at a hotel, of these little, they call it aromatherapy moisturizers. So, and they're really good. I think they're even better than the ones that I get from the dollar store, and they're only 50 cents each. So I got like 4 of them. So I might go get some more. They smell good, and they're really good. So, and I got me a hat. A hat, because it gets cold or whatever, but I like to buy stuff. But yeah, I got something else. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but trust me, it was useful. It's something that I really needed, but you know how you act like you don't need it, that you're okay. It's something that I really needed, so it was a good buy, a good quality buy. For it only cost $15. A good quality product for $15, and something I really needed to make things more easy. I want to say more better for myself. So and then I can stop fighting with my little guy for stuff, But I'm happy. He's quiet. See, he had his little moment. He's quiet. I told you that's all he wants is me. He was just, he had a little situation. He had to go potty and everything, and I found something for him to lay on, and I got to put his blanket up, and but you see, he just wanted me. That's all he wanted. He just wanted me. So sometimes, that's really all he wants is me. And even though, I don't know, today was, like I passed out, thought I was just gonna go directly to the storage room and do that little bit because it wasn't a lot, just the 2 trips. But I ended up getting some sleep, which was good because I need it, and that's something that when I feel I'm going down the street. Okay. I heard Bishop say something. I hope he's okay. I hope he's gonna be okay. I heard Bishop say something. I'm like, maybe that's something that I should really look into in terms of an area that I need to focus on with, talking with you guys. But yeah, but I've been so busy that I need to look at my notes, and I have all these different things, and when it comes up I just take the note and I put it in my little book. But yeah, I feel good. But yeah, that's what I was saying is that oftentimes what I do to try to extend my time when I'm feeling really anxious and overwhelmed and everything, I try to extend my day by not getting sleep. I'll stay up and do that mindless stuff that helps me to relax. So that's extending my day, but then I'm not getting the sleep, right? So that's what I was doing when I got off work. Instead of going and starting the moving, because you gotta have the patience. You gotta. I'm squeezing the stuff in the car. I get the dog. I don't know what kind of mood he's gonna be in, if he's gonna be barking or whatever. And you really have to have the patience. I went to the new storage unit the other day, and I just had to be honest with myself. It was like my first. I can't remember if it was my first day moving in, but there was this guy, and he was near where my unit was, and his thing was full because the way he was sticking that stuff in there, it was like really full. But he took something out, and he was like taking pictures of it, like some documents or something like that, and then he put it back in there. And so I didn't get out of my car. I did not get out of my car. I said, girl, just sit here. I stayed back from him. I wasn't parked like right up on him. I stayed back because I have a drive-up unit. And I stayed back and let him do what he was doing and everything. And then he started, moving a little fast because he knew I was waiting. But I was like, ooh, girl, like I could have gotten into my unit. I could have, but it was really close to him. And I had to be honest with myself and say, now is not a good time. People, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I think that was the first day I was moving in. So that had been a whole day for me. I had gotten off work, hadn't had any sleep in the whole bit, right? And so I could see this man saying, hi, how's it going? And, just making chit chat. And I was like, ooh, just stay in your car. Just stay in the car. Like, I didn't even want to put myself through that. It would have been not unheard of for him to simply do that. How's it going? Or are you ready for the holiday? Anything. If he said anything, it would have been one word too much because I had nothing. It would have been one word too much. So instead of doing that, I said, let me just sit here in the car. Let me just sit here. So, yeah. But yep, so here we are. I'm not going to keep you guys. Like I said, I mentioned Bishop, and I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. But yeah, Thanksgiving is in a couple days. It's just one day. Excuse me, it's just one day, but I want to do everything I can to put myself in a position to be grateful. To feel grateful. And I'm feeling a little chill right now. See, I just got congested. I'm feeling a little chill, like right now. But yeah, these people are living in the parking lot, like really, like every day. Well, this lady with the teenager, she I don't know where she goes, but this one lady with the white car, she lives in the library parking lot. I don't know if she has a job because she doesn't sit here like all day every day, but she sure is. But yeah, I'm making it, you guys. I'm making it. I'm doing it. I'm making it. And I'm doing the best I can. I just sat here and got congested because I just gotta chill. I'm cold. But I'm doing this. I'm gonna get this done, and then I'm gonna get to work. And hopefully, I'm working with somebody nice. Hopefully, everybody's kind of holding their breath and waiting for the new guy that's supposed to be working with me. Everybody wants to see who it is. So, can you hear him? I know you can hear him drinking this water because I could hear him on the previous recordings, like him playing with that toy. Listen, I know you can hear that. He's a little dog. Oh, listen, you guys, listen. I told you stuff happens and I forget. Listen, this little guy here has been the same since the day I got him. When I got him, it was in April. They said he was born in December. Okay, this guy found him like across the street from the animal shelter. Found him and turned him in. He's a little puppy. He's a little puppy. That's the picture. That picture that you see is him when I got him. That's the pictures I took when I got him. So the guy turned him in. I believe he's a full-bred Yorkie. This lady, I'm in the Walmart parking lot. I'm sitting there breathing, and this lady, no, I wasn't there. I was someplace else. I was at the park. And this lady said, "Is he a Yorkie?" "Yeah." "You want to breed him?" I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, the stuff that people say. It's like, don't say that to me, right? Don't say that to me. So he's a full bred Yorkie. There's one online. I can't think of what his name is, but look, I thought the dog was him. I heard a boom. I thought that other dog was him, like the coloring is exactly the same, where it is and everything. So he's a full bred. He's a full bred. So look, that means I got him at a discount, right? But look. So we're at the park the other day. I took him to the nice park to give him a good walk, and so we're sitting there. And there was a dog that looked exactly like him, but he was white. Like he had a different haircut. Like his hair was cut all the way down. His tail was exactly like his, but they let it grow out long. His head, his ears, but they trimmed like all the hair around the ears, so you just saw the real ears. Cut his face down. His fur was a little bit different. That it seemed like it had like a little bit of a curl, even though it was cut short. But it was the exact same dog, and he was a little bigger than him, right? So when I see this is a nice part. When I see other dogs, I start heading towards my car, right? And some people, the dogs are off their leash and stuff like that. I told you I saw this big dog attack this little puppy, and the guy still didn't put the dog on the leash. The lady took her little dog, got in her car, and drove away really fast. But the guy with the big dog, he just kept playing with his dog. He didn't even put the dog on a leash. So when I always look to see if someone, he can hear this noise too. I'm hearing a boom. Somebody might have some fireworks or something. So I always look to see if the dog is on a leash, right? If the dog is not on a leash, Or I look at the size of the dog and the person, right? I've seen women with these big old dogs, and it's like I always think about if something goes wrong, can you control that dog? This dog right here, my little dog, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because he's getting older, but he's getting stronger. I'm not weak, but I've been having a time with controlling him. He's a little dog. That sounds funny. I'm tussling with a little dog. I think I like sprained my finger. I was like, what's wrong with my finger? It was from tussling with him. Because he uses his feet. He kicks me hard. He is really rough on me sometimes. I'm telling you, he is rough on me. But here's the thing. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So I've had him since he was a baby, right? His personality has been the same all the way through. His personality has been the same. He nips at you. He likes to tell you no. He wants to do what he wants to do. He is who he is. I know they have obedience school and stuff. He just is who he is, right? But he's good. Like when I need him to stop doing something, he'll do it. Sometimes he just says no. When I tell him to sit down, he looks at me like, or he acts like I'm not talking to him. It's just, why waste your money? Why even waste your money when that just is who he is, right? So, like I said, he's had the same personality since he was little. He's had the same personality. He's almost a year old now, right? We're almost in December. So he's about a year old. Okay. So we're at the park. I see this dog, and I'm looking at the dog, and I'm like, dang, this dog looks just like him. And I'm looking. I'm like, dang, the dog looks. Even his tail, but they let the hair grow, so it's more fannish looking, right? I'm looking at the dog, and because I'm looking to see, just a comparison, and what I might end up with and stuff like that. I work with this guy, and he said he would never buy another puppy. He said because the dog grew up and looked like a horse. He said the dog was so bad. He said the neighbors were complaining and stuff like that. But so yeah, I'm looking and I'm like, okay, what can I expect, right? I don't think he's grown anymore. And this dog that I saw looked exactly like him. But he was like a little bit bigger, just a little bit, like a couple inches taller, right? So I'm looking at this dog, and this dog has a collar on his neck. So he's a house dog. He's somebody's dog. And I don't know I thought he was the dog from across the street from the park, right? I'm thinking, they just let him out to go run the park, and he'll come back, right? So I'm looking. I see the dog. He's walking all over the park, snooping and walking. It's a whole bunch of grass, right? It's a big, I say park, but it's a really big grassy area. So it's mostly grass. And so I'm looking at the dog, and he's walking all over the park, and he's snooping, and just doing his little hanging out thing, right? And then so I said, let's go in the opposite direction of this dog, because you never know. You don't know if the dog has an attitude. You don't know, right? So I'm like, ooh, let me get him. Let's go to the car, right? So we were going towards the dog, and then the dog started coming towards us. You just never know if it's an aggressive dog or not, right? So we go to the car. I'm like, let me just get in the car. I don't feel like being bothered with this. So we get in the car, and my little guy, he was still on the leash. We got in the car. He was still on the leash, and I rolled the window down, right? The dog wasn't really, really, really close to us, but my little guy jumped out the window. This was the other day, right? He jumped out the window, so the leash was still attached to him, right? He jumped out the window. He runs up to this dog. He does the sniff thing, and all of a sudden, and I'm a woman of a particular age, right? All of a sudden, he starts chasing the dog down the street. Here I go running down the street. I'm like, Lord have mercy, this is too much for me. I cannot do this. I cannot be chasing a dog, right? He's chased the dog down the street. There's a sad. I told him he chased his cousin, right? He chased the dog down the street. The dog was running from him. He chased the dog down the street, and when he got like to the next block, when he got down to the next block, because he always comes back. He's just, he wants. That's what I'm saying. Like, he really wants to run free, but I don't have that for him. I found basketball courts at this same park, the basketball court, but lately there's been somebody in there and I can let him run around in there. I found a tennis court, but people are playing tennis. I let him run around in there, but in there's a tennis court, and then he wants to, tear up the net. But so that's what it is. It's not that he wants to get away from me. He wants to run free, but I don't have the space for him to do that, right? So that's why he always comes back. He goes and runs and then he comes back. So he was chasing the dog. And the leash is right behind him. And at the end of the leash is a big knot. It's a big knot because he chewed it up. So I tied it in a knot to keep it from unraveling, right? So it's this big knot. And he's running down it. So he's like brown and whatever, right? He's brown. The other dog is white. They look just alike. My dog is chasing his dog with the leash, and here comes me, right? Nobody, I'm like, man, I'm chasing this dog. And so when they got to the next block, then he said, okay, I guess I've gone far enough, right? And then he stopped and he looked at me and he came running back to me. And then I got him. And then I just told him, I said, oh, you're just chasing your cousin. And I felt, and in that moment, I'm like, oh, so I have an aggressive dog. When we were at the same park and we're, walking the path, it's a nice park. It's paved, all this paved area. So we're walking through the park on the path, the paved area, right? This lady had her little dog. I'm talking. Let me watch the time. Okay. So this lady had her little dog. A little dog smaller than him, right? And she saw us coming. I sound like my grandmother. She saw us coming, and she went inside this little basketball court that I'm talking about because it's fenced in, right? They were walking towards us, but she saw us coming. And she stepped inside the basketball court with her little dog. She could tell, right? She could tell. And so another time we were at this guy, because he doesn't know any dogs. He doesn't know any dogs. So we were at this little, because usually I just come to the parking lot at the and use the little Wi-Fi at the library. I don't get out and walk the path because I think, I just don't, right? And so, but this day I got out and I'm walking him around I'm like, oh, this is not bad back here. They got tables, like picnic tables, and it was okay. They got a little dog park. It's like all dirt, and you can see like the poop is in there. I was like, that's too many germs for me, right? So, but we saw this man. He had this cute little white dog. He likes little white dogs. He's had this fluffy, pure white dog, right? And they were about the same size, but his dog was older. So the man is asking me, did he have his shots? And I said, yeah, and this and that and this and that, right? And so all of a sudden my little guy jumped on his dog, not playing, but just jumped on him, right? The man took his dog. I'm like, I was so embarrassed. Then I'm trying to, make eye contact with the man and saying thank you and bye and everything. That man, he took his dog in the dog park. See, I can't do that. That's too much. That's too much germs. It's not like they ever clean anything out. It's not like they sanitize. That means all this stuff is in there for all the millions of dogs. I just can't do that, right? Because he's allergic to grass, so he's I can't do that. So yeah, so it's like I have an aggressive dog. Not aggressive like dangerous, but aggressive like he and it's like he, like I said, not aggressive like dangerous, but aggressive like outgoing. I don't know, but in that moment the other day when he chased that dog, I'm like, oh my goodness, so this is the kind of dog I have. This is the kind of dog I have. Like, he barks at other dogs. He goes crazy, 9 times out of 10, right? So I have an aggressive dog. That was an awakening moment for me because I didn't know. So I say all that to say that all the biting that he does and how I told you he's hard on me, I like kind of sprained my finger. He takes the little vest and slaps. He swings it and it slaps me in the face. He's hard on me. You can hear me screaming. Ah! He is hard on me. He uses his feet. And he kicks me. See, there's no dog training for that. What do you tell him? Stop. You tell him stop, right? But that's his personality. He no means no. He wants what he wants, but what does he really want? He wants me. He wants me. But yep, that was my awakening the other day, is that I have an aggressive dog. Not dangerous, like he's not trying to bite somebody, but aggressive in that he's like the man, and I prayed for this man. I don't know where he disappeared. He showed up. We were on our way into the dollar store, and I was having a hard time because I had just gotten him, and I don't know nothing about no dogs. I had no kids. I mean, it was a lot for me, right? And so I was on the way into the store to get him a toy because I'm always buying him something. I don't buy him stuff like that anymore because he chews it up and everything. But no more doggy treats because it affects his stuff and it just stresses me out. If he coughs, I'm worried. So he almost choked on a dog treat one day. He what do you call it? Like it got stuck in his throat or something. No, because he's so greedy. He was. It was chicken, but like dried chicken, and he didn't chew it enough, and he just and he couldn't breathe. No, so we no. But yeah, that is his personality. It just is what it is. He's not a bad dog. It's not about biting, like he's gonna bite people. But he's oh, that's what I said about the man. I saw this man, so I'm in the store. I'm on my way in the store, and the man, I'm walking, and I told you don't walk up to me, right? I'm skeptical, but he was an older man, and not like 80, but he was like almost 70. And he walked up to me, and he looked like he was kind of down on his luck, and he was saying he said, yeah, I had a dog like that. He said we had a dog like that. He said me and my wife, he said they had 2 dogs. He said one of them was like this, right, like my little guy. So this is when he was a baby. And he said the dog is really smart. He said he's really smart. And he told me the story. He said, yeah, he said we would oftentimes go through the drive-thru at McDonald's, right? He said, but one time we went inside. He said and we were in there just a little bit too long. He said, and the dog blew the horn. He said the dog blew the horn. He said, he discovered the horn. He said the dog discovered the horn. He said, and so every time after that, when we went into the McDonald's and we were in there like more than 15 minutes, he said the dog would blow the horn. So he said he's really smart. He said he's really smart, And he said, and he's fearless. He said he's fearless. So that's what I mean. He's not aggressive, like he's going to bite people, but he's fearless. He's fearless. So I pray for that man. He showed up. He gave me $5 to get the dog a toy, and which helped. And I never saw that man again. But I pray for that man because he was talking to me, and when you out here, you gotta assess the situation really fast. So I'm looking at him and checking him out, and that's what I'm saying. He looked like he was down on his luck, and I was looking at him, what's going on here? And he started like adjusting his clothing, like trying to get it together a little bit. But to me, it was like he was telling me about when things were different in his life, because he said him and his wife, and they had the 2 little dogs, but he looked like he was down on his luck. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. You never know what a person's journey is, but he was a blessing to me because I was ready to take the dog back. I was ready to take, because that was just too much for me, because I'm used to being by myself. I'm used to sleeping when I want to. I'm used to doing whatever I want to do. The dog made me get a full-time job. Because I had to make sure I could take care of him. But that man showed up. I asked my brother if he wanted the dog. I tried to give him away when I got him because it was a lot for me. But that man showed up out of nowhere and told me what I needed to hear. I needed that encouragement. Because as you can see, as you can hear, I'm by myself. And that man showed up and encouraged me. And everything he said was true. This dog is fearless. He's not afraid of anything. And he is really smart. He's sometimes in here trying to roll my windows down. Because you have the electric windows. And I'm like telling him, stop rolling my windows down. He knows how to roll the windows down. When I first got him, was it the same day? The day number 1, he knew how to get into the this little compartment on the console. You touch it and it flips open. He knew how to get that open he was a baby. He knew how to get it open. So I would put like his doggy bowl there so he couldn't get into it, but he knew how to get into it that day 1. So now he is smart. That's why he's in a cage. That's why, because he will be running me crazy in this car with me trying to drive. Him rolling the windows down and stuff. I'm trying. That's so funny. I'm driving and the dog is rolling the windows down. That's the See, that's what. I don't care. So people look at me and they're like, and that's why I keep telling them. That's why you in there by yourself. Because the stuff he did, the dog rolling the windows down. You can't have that. You cannot have that. But that's good. That's good. I need to finish up here. That's a good note to finish up on, you guys. The dog rolling the windows down. I'm telling you, this is my life. This is my life, but it's good. I'm happy, and I tell him that I love him. I ask him to sit down. When he sits down, I tell him thank you. He knows. That's why it was like the first week I had him, he ran away in the park chasing two little white dogs. No, he got away from me in the park. And he went and got a plastic bottle and came right back and sat next to me. So he's never tried to leave me. He likes to go explore, and he wants to be free. That's his nature. But he's never run away from me to get away. So, but it's one of the best things I've ever done is to get him. And I'm still not a dog person. I'm still afraid of dogs. It's like that people say with kids, my own kids. So I'm still not a dog person. I'm still afraid of dogs. But this one is mine. This one is mine. I was walking him. I told him, I said, boy, you know you were just for me. Honestly, I don't know who could put up with you, because he's a whole piece of work. But then I have to look at myself. I have to look at myself. But I'm so glad you guys are here with me. I told you I'd be here with you for the holiday. I'm gonna be here every day. No late uploads or whatever. I'm gonna be here every day because I know this is critical, crucial, important. It means something. We're doing it together. And I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.